I was a classroom teacher for many years. I had the degrees, the training, the laminator, all the things. And yet, my very first year of homeschool, I felt like I was completely drowning and I was lost. So I built the thing I wish someone had handed me on my first day. And today I'm going to show you why. Hey, friend, I'm Shanti. I'm a former classroom teacher turned homeschool mom. And if you think teaching gave me a leg up on this whole homeschool thing, stick around because you might be surprised. Let me take you back to my first year of homeschooling. I had just left the classroom and I thought, how hard could this be? This is all I've ever done. Literally, it's the one thing that I am the best at, and it is my gift and it is my passion and my calling. I know that I was put on this earth to teach. So I didn't realize how hard it would be. And then reality hit. I had 30-something tabs open on my computer at every hour of the day. I was constantly researching things. You know, I went to the teacher store. I bought all the different curriculum books and workbooks, and I thought, I'm just going to piece it all together because I know what I'm doing. And I wasn't really totally crazy about any one specific curriculum, like these open and go curriculums that now I have knowledge of. I really wasn't sold on them yet, and I felt like I didn't have enough information or knowledge about them to actually choose. So I figured, well, the first year we'll just kind of piece it together and wing it and see what happens, right? We're not committed to this long term. We're just gonna roll with it and learn as we go. And then for year two, I'll be more prepared to make a more conscious decision as far as which one or two curricula I was gonna choose. To be honest, I did have 3 different planners. I had 1 print planner and 2 digital ones. And I also had 4 different Pinterest boards. It's so embarrassing to admit, but it's the truth, guys. And here we just keep it real. I had a bunch of different Pinterest boards with a ton of different really beautiful activities that all came from the homeschool space and or the TPT space, which is where my business originated from. I also had the pleasure of having some of my friends who had TPT businesses give me some of their resources because they are on the same grade level as what I was going to teach my daughter anyway. And they have been so wonderful and so beautiful, and we're eternally grateful for great friends and even better resources. I was honestly just trying to piece everything together. I kept thinking, none of these workbooks give you a scope and sequence. They just have their worksheets and their lessons, and you think, well, if you go in order, then you'll be fine. But what happens when your writing curriculum is focusing on one skill, and then your reading language arts one is focusing on a different one at the same time, and they never intertwine, they never make sense? And so for my daughter, it was really hard to understand the order in which she needed to learn things. And I was just kind of using my knowledge and my expertise to kind of plan and scope things out. But I just realized I'm making my job so much harder than what it needs to be. This is ridiculous. And this is the part that nobody says out loud. I was failing at the one thing I was supposed to be really, really good at. And as a former classroom teacher, I still felt completely lost. And it was really sad when I was in the bathroom one day and I was just taking a shower and my husband walks in and I was crying. And he said, "Why are you crying?" I said, "I feel like I'm not doing right by her. I feel like I'm letting her down. Like I pulled her out of school and she's been relying on me. Even though she asked to be homeschooled, she's relying on me to know what to do and to know how to make this better. And we're both going through this transition at the same time, and it's equally as hard, but I felt responsible. And I felt like I needed to get a grip on everything and just kind of give myself grace in knowing that we're both learning. This is the first official year of homeschool. We're both doing this together. We're both learning as we go. We're getting used to seeing each other 24/7. It's not easy. And so even as a former teacher, our first year is a little bit chaotic, to be honest. And if it was that hard for me, I can only imagine those of you that are not classroom teachers or don't have any teaching experience, but you still think homeschool is the best choice for you and your family. And I applaud you. I really do, because it is a work of heart. So then after a while of piecing everything together, I realized I don't need more resources. What I need is structure. I need a solid system, just one really good system, and that's going to change everything. So instead of having her chore chart placed here, her schedule placed here, and let's be honest, I would create those things, use them for 2 weeks, and then just completely abandon ship because I was always trying to think of new creative ways that we can make this work for us. So I would see things on Instagram that I then wanted to try, or on Pinterest, and then we would change things and she would get bored and I needed new rewards. And I'm sure you all know how this goes. But when I realized that structure beats random stuff, that's when something really shifted in the way that we were homeschooling. And that's when I created the Modern Homeschool Toolkit. Because I realized that instead of piecing everything together and having things scattered, why don't we just have one really good system that includes everything? That way you don't have to look at your planner or your Asana or your Notion table or keep scrolling on your Pinterest board for that idea that you thought you remembered or that you forgot to do. And it's November and we have Thanksgiving activities and it's so crazy. Why not just look at your Modern Homeschool Toolkit and see where you are and just use it? I mean, it's got so many great benefits. Most importantly, you're going to get your sanity back. You're going to save your time. You're going to save your money because you can reuse it year after year. You can print it every year or you can use it digitally, however you like. But it's so great because it really truly keeps things nicely together and out of your head. That is one thing that I've learned this year, that it's so much better just to get things out of your head and onto paper or onto something digital, because that right there is the key to less overwhelm. That's the key to less stress. The more you have something circling in your mind, all those open loops, things that are pending, things that you want to do in the future, it's just going to cause you more stress, as great as they may be and as wonderful as the intention may be. So when that finally clicked, that I didn't need more resources, I just needed that one system that kind of held it all together, that's when my teacher brain was like, wow, okay, we might be onto something here. And it's not a matter of being a type A or a type B. It's just simply not having that feeling of, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing today. Or I have all these beautiful plans, but it's just too much for today. I don't have the flexibility to throw it all out the window and try something new. And let's be real, we chose to homeschool for many reasons, but one of them is the flexibility and the freedom that you get to do what needs to be done every day. Things will happen. Plans will change. Your kids will not feel right or the same way one day to the next, and neither will you. And you should not only give yourself grace, but you should be prepared with a plan for when that happens, because that, my friends, is real life. Plus, we also need to make space for the fun stuff. Part of homeschooling is to be able to have fun and not only enjoy your time together, but enjoy the process of homeschool and the activities that you get to do and the places that you get to go explore and the wonderful things that you get to do with others or just with you and your family. The day I stopped collecting and started organizing was the day homeschooling got lighter. And it was truly a turning point, and I want that for you too. It's the planning, the daily rhythms, the choice menus, the systems, all the pieces that used to live separately now live in one cohesive spot, and they actually fit together so beautifully. Now, I'm not going to walk you through each page today. I'll do that when we're closer to launch, but I just wanted you to know that it exists before you even see it. So you might be asking, okay, you built the system, cool, like what's changed? I want to know what happened after that. Did it work? Did something change within your homeschool method? Did something change with your daughter? What's the truth? Give me the cold, hard truth, Shanti. Girl, you know I will. What changed is our mornings. Instead of me scrambling, we had rhythm. We knew what was coming. We knew how to feel our best and what we can do to really enjoy our day from morning to night. We stopped wasting money on things that we're never going to be using. I stopped wasting my time constantly creating new things and new resources. So instead of feeling behind, I actually felt so calm and so inspired and motivated to continue going. And I know some of you might be watching this at night right now thinking, girl, like that's exactly how I feel. And I'm going to tell you, you're not behind and you are not bad at this. You just probably haven't used the right system yet. So if you're piecing this together at midnight, I see you. And I was you. And it's going to get better, I promise. I built this so you don't have to spend your first year the way I did. The toolkit opens August 4th, and our waitlisters are going to get first access and launch pricing as soon as it comes out before the public does. The link is in the description. Come join us. Come get on the list. Want to see exactly what's inside before it opens? I'll walk you through the whole thing right here. Go to shantimacias.com/toolkit or just click on the link in the description. See you there.